said I like you, and then he didn't say anything. So.
Yes, pretty much. She's like, yeah, I like you. Uh, and she said that it's been a long time since she's felt that way about anyone. And then you died. And I was like, no, what the fuck?
Okay, so I'm gonna start. I'll just start quickly.
Okay.
Hey everybody, this is a continuation because the last scene decided to troll us and die. Right at a really important bit, which is annoying as hell. My internet died. So, Nicky's just confessed to Arthur. And he turns around to, he turns his head, he's been looking sort of at the floor, or at his hands, or at their hands, during the conversation, but when she says that, he actually looks up at her, looks her in the eye, and he says, well, I'm sure that you've noticed that I haven't moved out of this room, and I don't plan on doing so for the foreseeable future.
She smiles and she kind of looks down and blushes, like, oh. Well, I don't want you to, so.
He looks at her quite intently for a moment, and then he'll lean in and kiss her.
She it's very she allows it to happen, but for her it's a little awkward. It's been a very long time since she's kissed anybody. But and she gets the hang of it uh relatively quickly, but she's not caught off guard because she was kind of expecting that that's what might happen, or maybe hoping. But yeah, she'll let him kiss her, and she enjoys it.
It's kind of like one of those. It's quite a chaste kiss, put it that way. It's not. He doesn't. He doesn't go for French kissing or anything like that. He sort of kisses her on the lips. It's a little bit intense, but it's quite innocent in its way. He doesn't let it linger too long. Long enough, exactly long enough, but not too long, because he realizes that she's a little bit nervous.
After he is finished and he pulls away, she kind of bites her bottom lip a little bit, and she's blushing, most definitely. Uh, but then she leans over to kiss him again.
He looks like he was just about to say something, but it's completely cut off by her kissing him.
Yes.
he's just like, and then she kisses him, and he's just, this time he's surprised. For a second, his body is like really rigid, and then he goes into it. He wasn't expecting it to continue. This time it's a little bit more impassioned, shall we say.
Yes, definitely. So she'll let them do it for a minute or two, and then she'll pull back and say, "Oh, she kind of realizes that he might have been about to say something when she did that. So when she looks at him, she'll say, "Oh, what were you gonna say? I think that I interrupted you." And she kind of looks down, almost not quite ashamed, but just maybe a little embarrassed that she was eager.
I have no idea whatsoever.
Well, then it
So-
must not have been important.
Absolutely not. He's sort of looking at her like a kid looks at it, like the world's most giant chocolate bar. Oh. I will see if we can find a secure time to go outside and practice shooting tomorrow night.
I would like that very much. And she's still hanging on to his hand, but now she's kind of like looking down at her other hand and um, fiddling with her fingers and things like that.
He reaches across for her other hand, takes it, pulls it up to his lips and kisses her hand, and then he stands up.
She looks up at him.
I have a few more pieces of work to get on with before I can come back tonight.
Of course. Thank you for giving me the lesson on the gun and for the conversation.
I'll be here. We can talk some more before bed.
She nods and smiles. Yeah, I'd like that.
He reaches down and sort of strokes her cheek with his thumb, briefly. And then he'll put his waistcoat back on and make his way to the door.
After he leaves, she kind of sits back on his bed that she's still sitting on, and thinks about what just happened. And she smiles to herself, hoping that things will go okay for the two of them. And try and ready herself for the sort of talk and gossip that's going to come of this.
Walking down the corridor,